Towards the end of grade 11, I was making about $1,000 a week. And I remember around this time too, my two other friends who were working with me, they had also made just under $1,000 working with me. So that first week, after we all had made about $1,000, we all came back to school. I don't know how they felt, but I know for me, when I walked into my first class of the day, I was like, honestly, what can this guy teach me about anything? I'm making more money than him. And it sounds very egotistical. Well, it is very egotistical saying it out loud, but the main reason I say that is because it's such a nice feeling. And honestly, anyone can get that. At least I would say so, because there is honestly more than enough money to go around for all of us, especially just with the people watching this video. There's definitely more than enough money to go around for us. And the thing that actually let me make the amount of money that I did was by having complete control over my income. And my two friends who were working with me, they also did commission, so they also had complete control over their income and the money coming in. So what I would say for everyone, first, get control over your income or get ownership. So those are the two honestly real only ways that you can make a bunch of money, because no matter how many hours you work, if you're getting paid 15, 20, whatever an hour, you're capped. Whereas if you're working commission and you get a percentage of what you bring in, there is no cap to that. The only cap is yourself. And that is something that you can change and work on. And so for me, I went first in command. I was essentially the boss. And the downside with this is just that you take all of the risk, but you get most of the reward if it goes well. And with my two friends, they had complete control over what they're making because they were working with someone as opposed to for someone. So those are the two things. But let's say you're less experienced, you don't know as much, or you don't really know that many people, then work for someone else where you can essentially just learn. Because that's how I started off too. Like with my first job, I went and I was doing door-to-door sales. And the only reason I did that was literally just to set myself up to make as much as possible in the years to come. Because I knew I wasn't going to make $1 million or even 100K the first year or two of me working. I just understood that as I work harder and as I keep consistent, the big bucks are just going to come as a result of what I'm doing. So firstly, I picked a vehicle for how I was going to make money. And secondly, and kind of the thing I just love about life, is that everyone gets exactly what they deserve. Anyone who's just sitting around, not doing anything, playing video games, doing whatever, they are not going to make a bunch of money. Whereas someone who's putting in the work, etc., they will get it all. At least not instantly, but as the time goes on, you're going to get it as long as you're putting in the work. Like 99% of people that were in school with me or just around me in general, there's a reason why they're part of the 99%. It's because they don't put in the work, they just want the results without putting in the inputs. They want the output without the input. So if you want to be like the top 1%, you got to do what the 99% don't. And that was something that my mentor told me, and essentially you just need to put in the work. And honestly, you can get money even if you have these bad habits or you just want money for the wrong reason, as long as you put in the work, you put in the inputs, and you do the right things. Obviously, if you do the bad things, it's going to be a lot harder, but still. So what I did was just look at what everyone around me was doing, and I just did the complete opposite. Firstly, no one, especially at a younger age, is learning about money, making money, or keeping money. And really quick, if you made it to this point of the video, if you could please subscribe, that would literally mean the world to me, because right now the goal is 1,000 subscribers before the end of summer, and if you could help out with that, that literally mean everything to me. Thank you. So that's the first thing I would say to start off with, because the year before I started my business, this is all I did. All I did was just read books, listen to podcasts, watch videos, talk with mentors, get around higher up people, just talk and learn with them. So if you do that, you're literally going to get way further ahead than everyone else, regardless of what business model you're in or what job you're in. Of course, as long as you're getting either incentives or commissions. You will do well as long as you just keep learning about these three things. Doesn't matter your age, just start right now if you haven't, because that is the most important thing. And then just never stop learning, because as soon as you stop learning, as soon as you stop growing, you don't even just flatline, you're just gonna go down. One thing that happened in my school too, which is a bit funny, is after the summer of grade 11, I came and I was doing grade 12 now. I kind of got known as the person who made a bunch of money just off of window cleaning. And now there's a whole bunch of people in my school doing window cleaning. And they don't understand that it's not window cleaning itself that made me all the money I have or got me the valuation I have. It's who I am as a person and the things I do or did. Like literally I could have had the exact same results or maybe even better. If I went into any other industry, any other business, I would have been successful. Like give me 3 months to learn about anything, another 3 months to practice with someone within the first 6 months of me starting my business or my next business or whatever, I'm going to have made my first 5K, or no, not 5K, 5 figures in revenue and hit at least the 6-figure valuation. Because it's not what I did, but it's how I did it. And that all comes down to who you are as a person. And the main reason for that is because I never stopped working hard. I never stopped learning. And literally I just did the opposite of what everyone around me was doing. And honestly, the main thing that I focused on and that you should focus on too if you're going into business or just you're making a bunch of money is 1, getting customers, 2, making them happy, and then 3, having a way to collect the payment. And so quick recap, firstly, find a way that you're going to make money. Be that you're going into business for yourself, you're working with someone else, or you're working for someone else. So this one is just, you're purely learning. This one, you're working your way up. And this one, you're working your way up. Second, you need to understand that big things don't come quick. So if you don't see results quick, that's okay. Many people don't. And like, I know I'm fairly young, but that's because I started even younger. Like I started learning about money and making money. I think I'd just turned 15. I'd started doing crypto and I'd started making my first monies from there. So I've been doing it for a long time. It's not the business model, what vehicle you're in, or any of that. It purely just comes down to who you are as a person and the things you're doing, the inputs you're putting in that will get you the results that you want. And so that's essentially the thought process, the principles, and how I got to a point where I'm making consistently $1,000 a week for the past like year-ish now, except for the winter seasons, but still. And so hopefully this helps you out a little bit. This is exactly how I went about it. So maybe you could try copying some of these things or implementing some of these things into what you're doing. And with everything being said, thank you for watching the video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.